The sound of another slammed door echoed through the marble halls of the Wilkins estate. "Make that 12, muttered Sergeant James Rowe, standing at the gate with his worn-out duffel bag. Inside, retired four-star General Marcus Wilkins rubbed his temples, staring at the crayon marks on his wall, again. His twin daughters, Emma and Ellie, had scared off yet another nanny. One lasted 3 days. The last one? Barely 6 hours. Rumor in town was that the Wilkins twins were unmanageable. But James wasn't a man easily scared. He'd served 14 years in the army, survived IEDs, and raised a son alone after losing his wife to cancer. Compared to that, 2 mischievous 6-year-olds couldn't possibly break him. Or so he thought. When James arrived for his interview, the girls were hiding behind the curtains, whispering, "That's him? He looks boring. Bet we can make him quit by lunchtime." The general crossed his arms. "They've been through 12 nannies, Roe. Don't take it personally if they—" "Sir," James interrupted gently. "Kids don't act out for no reason." That single sentence made the general pause. No one had ever said that to him. Day 1. Emma dumped juice on James's shirt. Ellie locked the dog in the pantry. Instead of yelling, James quietly grabbed 2 towels and said, "You know, soldiers used to pour water on each other just to cool off in the desert. But they'd always clean up after." The twins blinked. No shouting? No threats? By evening, James sat cross-legged on the floor with them, teaching them how to fold paper airplanes. "Every fold matters," he said. "Just like every choice we make." It was the first time anyone had seen the girls smile in months. Week 2. James began to notice things others had missed: Emma's night terrors, Ellie's fear of thunder, and how both girls flinched whenever their father's boots echoed down the hall. The general wasn't cruel, just distant. His life had been built on discipline and control, not hugs and bedtime stories. One night, James found Emma crying under her blanket. "Daddy doesn't like us," she whispered. He sat beside her, voice calm. "Your dad likes you more than he knows how to show. Some soldiers forget how to talk about feelings after war." She frowned. "Like you?" James smiled sadly. "Exactly like me." The next morning, the general confronted him. "You're filling their heads with nonsense." "With respect, sir," James said evenly. "You've commanded armies. But those girls don't need a general. They need a father." The general's jaw clenched. No one had ever spoken to him like that. For 2 days, he avoided James completely. But on the 3rd evening, he came home early, and froze in the doorway. His daughters were asleep on the couch, heads resting on James's lap, a bedtime story open in his hands. The look on James's face wasn't duty, it was love. Something inside the general cracked. That weekend, James invited him to join them for breakfast. The girls giggled as he clumsily flipped pancakes. Syrup splattered everywhere. For the first time in years, Marcus Wilkins laughed, really laughed. Over time, the mansion didn't feel like a fortress anymore. It felt like a home. Months later, as James packed his bag to move on to another job, the twins clung to his legs, sobbing. "Don't go, Uncle James! You promised we'd fly kites again!" The general stepped forward, eyes misty. "Rose, stay. Not as a nanny. As family." James looked at him, stunned. "You sure about that, sir?" The general smiled faintly. "I've fought wars. But you taught me how to be a father again." That spring, the 3 of them, the twins, their father, and the soldier who wouldn't quit, stood on a hill, flying 2 bright red kites against a golden sky. As the wind carried the laughter upward, James whispered, "Mission accomplished."